Hello there. Today I want to talk about something that is personal in a way, about five things that I have learned in real estate investing. Okay. So I don't know if you are aware of, but I've been in real estate for a long time, since 1987. So it definitely has been my life career. And I've started in real estate before, real estate investing was really the mainstream, before everybody, even the average person, would get into real estate. And it was more kind of an elite group of people to get in real estate, because the concept was you needed money to get into real estate, where nowadays is different, right? We understand about flipping contracts, wholesaling. There is a lot more availability of private lenders, hard money, and things to make things work. So I've seen a lot of things over the years. So the number one thing I would say is it's ever changing. It's definitely a business that has is improving and changing with the times. When I started back in the 80s, a lot of things that were pre-computers, really. So the first thing we did was really, manual, a lot of manual work. I mean, we had the first cell phones, the first computers. I remember the MLS, being this clunky software, and we had these big MLS books. So it's ever changing, right? So with that said, number two is you have to keep up with the times. You have to reinvent yourself. That's the thing that's so crucial. So it's like real estate is always going to be around, right? It's always going to be around. So it's not a fad business. It's not something that's here today, gone tomorrow, right? People need this part of the basic human need of shelter. And as in a real estate investor, you are providing a commodity for people that need a place to stay, right? You are this catalyst from sellers, people that don't want their property for whatever reason, that needs to be worked on, rehab, demolished, and so forth, to people that need to rent, they want to fix it up to live in it, and so forth. So you as an investor are the middle, right? So that's the thing you have to realize, is that is this is a business that's not going out of business. This is a business where you have to reinvent yourself to keep up with the changes. I couldn't resist the change. Yes, some things are resisted, right? Like building my list of leads for many years. I started with 3x5 cards, and then I went into spreadsheets, and then CRMs came out. So I had to reinvent myself, or how I do business. When I was doing things a certain way back at the beginning of the 90s, you could still actually assume loans. Then a loan assumptions went away, and then we had to reinvent and do different things, like contract for deeds and subject tos. Then flipping contracts were back then it became into more wholesaling. Then moving forward, when we had the crisis 15 years ago, we had everything with the foreclosures and short sales. So I had to heavily go into pre-foreclosure and short sale. So I'm always reinventing myself, always seeing what's the best thing out there that's next, right? And the third thing is, real estate is forever. It's a business that will be here well beyond your lifetime, because I don't care what, but people are always going to need a place to stay, right? And so you are providing a very needed commodity. And then the other thing, now going into the business, is I've always looked at real. I'm not a salesperson. Honestly, I'm not. I value more the connections with people out there in the business than really just trying to sell. Because especially nowadays, people are tired of being sold to. People are tired of, coming through if you're not authentic about it. And so connection is more important than negotiation. So being of service, that's the other thing, being of service, where you actually want to help people out of the situation, because you're helping. I was talking with a student a few days ago, and she was saying, I feel like I'm taking advantage of people, especially when I'm wholesaling. I said, no, because they're lucky to have you, that actually care about them, that are not feel like you will never take advantage of them. Because what is their options? They need to go to somebody, to an attorney or a real estate agent, or somebody that's probably going to take advantage of them, right? So you are actually wanting to create a win-win situation. So they need you. more than you need them, right? So they need you. So that's the thing. Once you understand that you're actually out there to create win-win situation and establish connections, that's crucial. That's so crucial. Okay. Because now you're really excited about the prospect instead of saying, oh, I have to go there and make a sale, which I don't like to do that. And also I understand that it's not about the money. You say, what? I thought this is all about the money, right? Financial freedom. That's what real estate is. Yes, I know. But honestly, if you do it for the money, trust me, the first part of my career, I did it for the money. And the more money I made, the more stressed I was, the more aggravated I was, the more I lost the focus about what it was about. And I wasn't really happier at the end of the day. Yeah, you have the things, you have the car, you have the house, you have your personal shopper, but I was not happier. So it's not about the money. But what it's about is setting those goals for yourself. To me, setting a financial goal is just a goal, is a measure of where I want to go and achieve. Okay, because then I understand that to achieve that goal I have to change certain things within myself, certain habits, certain way of how I do things so I can achieve that goal. And the magic happens in the process of achieving that goal because you're going to surpass that goal. Okay, so let's say that your goal, for example, is to make $20,000 a month, and you have to do some things different. You have to carve time in your day so you can learn how to do that. You have to set up certain things in place within your real estate business to create enough leads to do that. So you have to do a lot different things. So you establish those new habits, these new routines, you create those systems, but you're going to realize that you're going to surpass the 20,000 without even making any extra effort because of that. So at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's about the changes that will create in your life to reach the goals that is actually going to surpass your expectations. Okay. So just to summarize these 5 things then, number one, and I have written down so I don't forget them here. Number one is an ever-changing business. So it ever changes. You're never going to be stuck in the same place, which takes me to number two, which means you have to reinvent yourself, right? You're not going to do the same things you do today in a year, 2 years from now. I'm not doing the things I do today that I did 6 months ago. So definitely 30 plus years in the business, I changed. So that's number two. Number three is real estate is forever. It's not one of those strategies that are going to be here today, gone tomorrow. People are always going to need a place to stay. And you are, as an investor, you're the catalyst between properties and people, between finding this commodity of properties to rent or to rehab, to give it to people that want to either do the work to live in themselves or sell it to somebody that want to live. And also, so you're really doing a great service here as a real estate investor. We bring me to our thing is connection is more important than selling. Be yourself, be authentic, really care to help and create win-win situations, which brings me to the last thing, which is habits. Create new habits because that will help you actually surpass your goals. And it's not about the money. Definitely remember, it's not about the money. It's so much more, and you will get a lot more than money. Okay. And in all of this, have fun. This is a fun business. This is a business that will challenge you. This is a business that's never going to be a routine. Every day is going to be different. Every deal is going to be different. It will keep you young because the mentor, the woman I looked up to when I started the business, she passed away a few years ago. She was 98 years old, and her daughter told me that she actually had their last commission check. Her daughter handed it to her while she was on her deathbed, and she couldn't even talk. She smiled. So she did the closing just days before she passed away. But she was out there. She was sharp. She was having fun. She was excited. Actually, I'm writing a book where she's going to be a main part of this book, what I learned from her. And the other mentor I looked up to, she's in her 90s now also, and she's still out there selling high-end properties in Hawaii. So that keeps you vibrant and young, and it keeps you excited about life. And that's what is also great about real estate. So hopefully this helped you, and I will welcome any comments here below. And if you want to find out more about us, you can definitely reach us and check out our website at realestateinvestingwomen.com. Again, that's realestateinvestingwomen.com. Take care.